Hi there, it's John again. You can call me JT with Taylor Freelancing um, and Freelance 102. So understand Freelance 102 is the brand of the channel. It does have a URL, but it is all within Taylor Freelancing because it's all me. Okay, but today I wanted to show you my new website. If you don't recall, I had a Blogger blog set up, and it was absolutely free other than the domain. And the domain was $12.17 after tax. And then I think yearly it's going to run close to $30 a year for the domain. And so we went over on how to, if you're just getting started as a freelancer and you're really on a tight budget, that would be a great way to go and still maintain a professional appearance. But if you wanted to go a step above that and have your own website, then what you see here is kind of what you would be looking at. And I want to ask you to forgive me in advance for passing traffic noise as I'm sitting right next to an open window. But hopefully the noise is low for you guys. Okay, so let's take a look at the website and some of the things that I would suggest that you put into your website. The first thing you should worry about is your H1 tag. And with a Godaddy site, your H1 tag can be found by pulling up your source code. Whoops, that is not how you pull up your source code. Let's say, so in order to pull up your source code, you are going to type Control U at the same time. So put your left pinky on Control, and then use your right index finger and click U. And you can see the source code is pulling up. Now I want you to put your right index or your left index finger on Control and your right index finger on the letter F. And then I want you to type the following, and you'll be able to see the H1, which is going to be the most important text on the page. So my H1 tag is website designer plus SEO. And so for people searching for web designer or SEO or something to that effect, I might show up in search results because that is what I'm telling Google, that my main keywords or the priority of this website is website design and SEO. And since I'm independent, I made that more singular instead of website designer because I'm the only employee. So, and then you can go to see what your metadata looks like on Google. Now, I recently updated my metadata, so it's probably different now than what is actually going to show. But in order to pull up, actually, it's showing. So, well, some of it's showing. So, website design and SEO, that's my meta title and my meta description. So it is the old meta title, meta description. It hasn't updated yet because I just literally updated it yesterday. But in order to find your actual meta title and meta description on Google, you're just going to type site, the 2 dots, and then you're going to type your domain with no spaces, and you will be able to see all the indexed pages available for your domain. And looks like I'm going to have to come and create a couple more pages, and I might do a subsequent video on that here shortly. So I'll probably leave this window up and we'll get into broken links, how to find them and how to fix them. Okay, so so let's go back to the website and take a look at some other things. So this is my H1 tag, okay, and that's fine. All right. And I like to keep the landing page fairly clutter-free. The next thing you're going to want to do is, the next most important thing on the website is going to be your call to action. Call to action is a button that prompts your user to end up on a page that will provide a list of your services and possibly pricing. I usually place my pricing on a separate page, and I'll show you how I do it. There's several different ways to create a services page, but let's go ahead and move over there and we'll take a peek at it. Okay, so this is how I decided to list out my services. Okay, and you can see there's a lot of good information for the client to see what I do, and I primarily work with startups, new companies, and very small businesses. So I keep my prices very economy, but offer. I do have some disclaimers on there. For certain clients where I'm under a TOS obligation and such as that. So always be wary of your obligations to other companies and make sure you post that on your website so that if they investigate your website, they know that you're abiding by their TOS, and they're not, they will understand that you need your own website to maintain a professional appearance, and they'll appreciate the fact that you are following their guidelines and their TOS. Okay, so it's always good to have another call to action under the service. So if somebody comes in here and let's say they want a website design, well, they're going to read this, and then it says click here to learn more. One thing this does is it eliminates your bounce rates because you're engaging your clients to click through to several different pages. Another thing it does is it's a more professional appearance. It looks more professional. It shows them that, well, they're thinking, well, if he built this website and everything works just fine, then everything will work fine on my website. So it's a good testimony for yourself. And so it could help promote business just in that you have a fully functional, easy to navigate, and fully informal website. Okay, and so then you click over, and the next page should be more detailed about the services, including pricing options, and then your next call to action should be somewhere where the client can physically see it, and it should take you to an actual purchase option. So this next step, they would actually be adding an item to their cart and going to checkout. Okay, so that is another thing. Okay, so now what you're going to do is, if you're a service, you've got to have a way for clients to contact you. And so if you're a service like me, some of the most important ways to communicate with people is via phone. And so I always have my phone number visible and make sure it is working so that if someone calls me, I can answer, because for every call I don't take, I potentially lose a client. Okay, so let's go over to the contact page. And for this, I just have a simple contact form. I do ask for a certain amount of information, and I tell them right away. It may take me a couple of days. Usually it's much sooner, but if something happens, something comes up, then, I want them to know that there's a possibility it could take a couple of days. It's always also good to have a mailing address on there so they can communicate with you via like mail if they want to, or it's good to have your hours of operation on there so they know that if they're calling, let's say at 10 a.m. and it's not 11 yet, they say, oh well, they're not even open yet, or if they call after 5, they'll know, okay, well, they're closed. Okay. And then it's always good to have a privacy policy. Now, I get my privacy policy at freeprivacypolicy.com. It's totally free, and then I just edit the other stuff like Google Analytics and stuff. I edit it so that it's all in there. You should probably have experience doing that if you want to do that yourself and make it for free. And I may include that as a service. I might charge like $29 to edit the privacy policy for you to make it a little more liability in the way liability secure. And the very last thing is having a local source for clients to come in and purchase your services. And I always prefer to connect my store with Stripe. I just prefer Stripe over the payment options, but you can see that GoDaddy offers Square and PayPal connections as well. You can, if you're really, really local, you can even tell them that you accept, in-person, hand-to-hand, offline payments. So there's that. And so your store can include your list of products that you sell. And I recommend, after connecting your payment option, create a testing payment option and go in and make sure that your payments are going through. I do that about once a month just to ensure that payments are actually going all the way through, and that I won't miss a payment, because that's very important. I need to get paid in order to do my job, because there are some expenses involved that, come out of their payment, and not a lot, but enough that I don't want to incur those costs. So I definitely recharge my client the cost. And then there's the blog. Okay, so let's talk about this. So let's say, and I use my blog for my vlog. Okay, so everybody that because this is Freelance 102. So if you're watching this on YouTube, this is what I'm talking about. But clients that hit my website that don't know I have a channel, well, if they click on this, then now they do. And I advertise that on my homepage. And I use my blog to literally display my videos. And they can go in and they can actually watch my video just from my website, because it shows up here. It's embedded into the blog. And you can literally use your blog for anything that you want to use it for, to provide information to your clients. And of course, I use this to help you guys become better freelancers and to learn the trade of website design and SEO. Of course, this channel's new. We're just getting started, but I hope you stick with me, and you're going to learn a lot. I know a lot, and then as I learn things, I will definitely reshare that with you, so that you can know it too. Okay, and so that is another thing that is great about upgrading to a GoDaddy website versus a blog. Cost is about $250 per year for the e-commerce package, which is their top package, and it is a very nice package. The store is wonderful. All the payments go through seamlessly. I've never had an issue. And with the domain every year, you're still looking at about $300 in actual operating costs if you're excluding your internet. And $300 a year to maintain an e-commerce website, to have unlimited bandwidth and pages, and to have it be fully optimized and responsive is a very, very affordable price. Now, GoDaddy websites aren't great for everyone, and that's why I do offer alternative hosting packages. And I will build on Squarespace. I'll build on, Wix and WordPress, but primarily I suggest either GoDaddy or Wix for my economy clients, because they need something that's easy to update and edit, that is going to be affordable. And with me guiding them, my guidance and stuff, it normally 96% of the time it works out in favor of my client. So, and I wanted to mention that from here on out, and again, I apologize for any noise associated with traffic, but so I wanted to say that so now that we've established how much it costs and everything, it's affordable. And if you would like to have a website like this built for you, I do that. And I start my pricing at $299, but that includes the domain, that includes a year's worth of hosting, and the website. Now, for an e-commerce package like this, if I'm building it, then it costs $500 to have me build it for e-commerce like I have mine. And I wanted to mention too that and I had somebody come to the door, so I kind of missed my step here. Starting from today, I'm only going to do one video every Saturday. So instead of doing videos like whenever I want to, I'm going to do one video every Saturday, so that I'm not overwhelming you guys, and you guys know exactly what day the new video comes out. Okay, so I want to thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.